Good afternoon, everyone, or good day for some people. Welcome to a new episode of Crypto Michael, and today we're going to discuss a major Saturday as we have seen a retracement, and we have been calling for a retracement on some of these coins, and I hope you have got some liquidity to use them. As you know, when everything is going up, people are only expecting further upside. And when everything is going down, people are only expecting further downside. But you should be independent and free of mind, in which you should not be really caring about what others are saying, as you are defining your own strategy and you're only using people's orders, opinions or views to determine your own strategy. So that's also about my content. About my content, if you like it, please subscribe to the channel, like beneath. Say to me in the replies what type of content you would like to see, so we can adapt some more and we can start building some more on this channel. Also follow me on Instagram, as there's more content coming up there, and we just post the first sort of educational content. Regarding Chainlink, today it's Major Saturday, so we're going to discuss some majors, and Chainlink, Tezos are two of them. I'm also going to discuss Swipe. I'm going to discuss Ethereum and maybe even a little bit about Ripple. First, Chainlink. If we use the daily time frame, and we have been saying this, is that if we have the daily time frame, you clearly see levels that are structured for potential longs, right? So in the end, we've had a construction in which we broke out of, which was already in July. Then we made a breakout rally, came all the way down towards the previous consolidation area, tested the previous high and even accelerated since. So what we do have is that we've got a high here, we've got this block as a potential point of interest, and we've got this block here as a potential point of interest, as you're not going to buy somewhere in this green candle when something is moving up heavily. That's just not the strategy. So when something starts to reverse, and on the daily time frame you don't really see any type of reversal, as it's not defined through the daily time frame, you're going to adapt to what levels are there on the higher time frames. And the higher the time frame, the more significant the levels are. So we get to the point of $13, which essentially was a level I've been describing in the articles as well and on social media, and we got there. So if we adapt towards the 4-hour time frame, we can even start structuring them a little bit more. In which case we can see that we've got a slight OB here, and I see many questions about what is an OB. OB is an order block, which usually means compression before continuation. So in this case, we see an OB at this point. We also see an OB at this point. You can just use them. There's an OB over here, in which we get to in a little bit. But what we see is that Chainlink came all the way down towards one of my points of interest. Did I trade it myself? 9, as I've got some other coins. Bounced from there, and the bounce already gave us a 16% level, or 16% bounce. How can you strategy or play them? Just put in limit buys. You don't have to trade with your whole stack. If you have got 10k to trade with and you want to build this position, and you are structuring that, okay, if we go down from 12.50 or $13 and we wick a little bit further, I might lose about 10%. So then you're probably going to put in like 1k, 1.5k max of your trading stack with limit buys. So if you lose 10%, it's only 1.5% of your account. That's how you trade. So what are the levels that we can define from the bounce we see here? Well, obviously we've got the previous support zone, which can be resistance, which is around $15, and then the next one is around 16.5. If we break through 16.5, I'm going to look for $19. Are we completely reversing? No. I mean, we can have a higher low here and can have some more structures like this, like we have been seeing previously in the range consolidation. But given that the momentum has shifted short term, also on Bitcoin, I'm assuming we're going to see more range bound movements, that if we get this bounce up and Bitcoin rallies towards like 12k, I'm assuming we're going to see some more downwards momentum, just like we've seen previously, to just confirm support, confirm consolidation, get some strength before we continue to move. So this is how I'm playing on the daily time frame. I think we might be in for some further downside. It would not be unhealthy if we even get towards the 10 bucks level, especially after such a massive rally. The lower we get from there, the more I'll be buying on Chainlink. But after such a massive move, it's just a pyramid in which we fully retrace and just form a bottom formation in this area later on. That's what I'm expecting to see on Chainlink. But until then, you can trade it like I've just stated. Tezos, essentially the same view. I was a little bit too early on taking the trade here. What we see on the daily time frame is previous high getting tested for support. We also see this OB here, which we not completely got to, which is essentially getting a little bit of a front run. If we get towards the 4-hour time frame, we can see multiple levels. We can see a 4-hour level which is structured at 311. We can see a 4-hour level, which essentially is the level we bounced on. What we do want to see on Tezos right now is that we just continue to hold these highs, in which if we even zoom in some more, we've got the first slight bounce. You want to get a higher low, or you want to get a double bottom structure, but essentially you want to see a higher low, and then from this structure we can start testing the levels above us, as given that we've just had a significant retracement in which levels on the downside are tested. This point we're getting to the phase that the liquidity is on the upside, which means that we could get a rally towards any in this range before we come down again, just like we have been doing previously. So indeed, we are getting on a support level on Tezos as well. Are we continuing with massive bullish movements? No, I think we're going to consolidate in the range a little bit more, given that Bitcoin seems likely to have such a retracement as well. Then, Swipe, full retrace as well towards the previous high. As discussed, we have been discussing this one on the stream yesterday on a live video. The level that is clearly given is the level that we got to, and we're bouncing from it, which essentially means that we've got a full retrace, but we can have some strength. Next level is around 187. I'm not sure if we're going to get it. Most likely we're going to get a rally towards 320, then get a new higher low and get another rally towards probably the 618 Fibonacci retracement level, or anything on lower time frames, so probably $4. Yeah, then we are going to face this as the next resistance level. So right now Swipe is also on a potential support level, and the momentum is shifting towards a more bearish view on the markets, which is a key indicator that we might have some momentum back up to have some relief rallies. But as you can see with Swipe, the trend is down, lower highs, lower lows. So if we bounce up and get a higher low, then we have some more momentum short term. But I want to see a clear bottom confirmation that in the end we're going to see a new impulse wave. If we get a new impulse wave, the target zones are $9. Then a Ripple, which took the high, rejected from the resistance. We have been discussing this one a lot. Currently on the exact same support as previously, but the areas that I'll be watching for potential buy the dip areas are more clearly given. And most likely we're getting something like this, and then we drop down before we continue. Are still 24 cents and 21 cents. Or if we're going to flip the 31 level for support, then I'm inclined to take a long entry, and then most likely we're going to rally towards 47 cents. Given that the sentiment and the momentum is a little bit shifting around the tables, I think we're going to see a slight relief rally before we consolidate some more. And that's the buy the dip you want to have. Any 30-40% retrace is what you want to have. Finally, Ethereum. On the essential level that has to hold as well, the crucial level. If we do drop below this level, the bearish divergence, as you can see, is the level that's going to be confirmed. And then I'm going to be biased at any of these two levels. Probably going to buy swing trades, play some limit buys. But for now, as we are on a potential support, on a daily time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, we have to reclaim the previous support at 389. So it might be the case that we get something like this and then break up. I think being a little bit cautious in your trades right now and a little bit short-term minded is probably a good strategy. If we get a bounce up, I'll be looking for shorts. If we do crash below the level of 11.5 for Bitcoin and 380 for Ethereum, I think we're in for some further downwards momentum. Also given the fact that I'm assuming the dollar is going to rally up a little bit towards 95 to 96 points, which would fuel further downwards momentum on gold, silver and Bitcoin. With these tips you want to use. So that's my video for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Tomorrow we're going to look at some smaller caps. It's altcoin Sunday. Monday I'll be back with the live stream. Subscribe to the channel, follow me on Insta, and have a wonderful weekend. Cheers!